Alright, people, let me just pull Nim in here. Alright, we've got a Nim. We've got a Nimputs in here. What's up, dude?
Yo, that's me. Hi.
That is you. Welcome to Escape to the City.
Yo, welcome everyone to Sonic R.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a special run because we were going to have just a regular, I believe, any percent no out of bounds run, but people really pulled it out, donated for that donation incentive, so we'll be seeing 100% no out of bounds, right?
uh, I thought out of bounds, but I can do
Oh,
either. Out of
uh,
bounds is also the one I'm gonna be doing at ESA, so
oh, I don't know. Yeah,
that would
whichever.
be fitting. But
Maybe I got a little confused. How long is the each respective category? I've got an estimate of 18 minutes here.
yeah, that's correct.
Okay, just do a run. Just do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm doing out of bounds. This is the least popular category of this game, but I personally like it a lot. And it shows off a huge variety of what this game has to offer. And as I've said, I'm going to be doing it for ESA. So thanks for donating to that. That I actually get to practice, and that you get Supersonic to ESA as well. So that's gonna be a good time. But yeah, I'm just gonna jump right in here.
Well, I'm thinking since we've got a little bit of spare time here, and we'll have some spare setup time afterwards as well. If you want to give people some bonus content, you could always just do a supersonic racing race after the run if you want to.
I mean, the final race is gonna be Supersonic anyway. So
It's like the full thing though. Is there out of bounds in that one though?
in the last one, no.
Ah, okay. We're getting a full supersonic racing one then.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is fine. Okay. Well, in that case, if you're ready, then
Yeah, I'm
we'll
ready.
both mute here in Discord, and then I'll go over to your stream and pull up the audio, and then you can just give me a countdown on your stream.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good to go now. Apparently. So, yeah. 3, 2, 1, and go. So, Sonic R has only 5 tracks. To get 100%, you have to collect a bunch of stuff in the first 4 of them. These things are 1 to 2 Chaos Emeralds. These are pretty self-explanatory. You know how Sonic works. But the other things are 5 Sonic tokens. And if you win a race with all 5 Sonic tokens, you actually get a bonus race in which you race a unlockable character in a 1 versus 1 race. And if you win that race, you unlock that character. So the goal of this category is to get all the Chaos Emeralds and to unlock every character. So the first time I'm going through the track, I'm just going through all the corners of the track to collect everything. And the second time, I'm just going to beat it as quickly as possible. So we get to see 2 different ways of playing the same track. I also need to collect a lot of rings, because a lot of times the coins and emeralds are locked behind ring gates that need a certain amount of rings. So in this track I need 120 rings. I got 4 of the 5 tokens so far, none of the emeralds, so we're gonna get that now. But yeah, I'm starting on this track because the character you unlock here is gonna be very useful later on, or immediately after this track actually. So yeah, but the first emerald is already down here. So you see this door here, if you open that, the emerald just gets shot out of this cannon and you can just wait for it to drop down and you collect it. And the second emerald is you just have to go through this door, and the emerald comes out of the submarine here. And there it is. So, last coin, it's a bit of a detour to go up here and go into this nice little room here that exists for some reason, and turn around, and that was the first race. So now we got everything collected in the first race. Now it's the challenge race. Now I don't need to collect anything anymore, I just have to beat the track as quickly as I can. So instead of actually playing the track, what I'm gonna do instead is turn around here, go up here to where I collected the coin, and go in this corner and do this. There we go, and we're out of bounds. So go next to the finish line and do some tight circles over here. And that was a lap. That's another lap. And that's the last lap. So, and what I did there, as the screen was fading out, I paused the game and exited out. Basically, that's a cutscene skip that skips like the victory animation after the race. That only works on the challenge races. Skips a couple seconds every time, but yeah. Now we unlocked Metal Knuckles, so I'm switching to him for the next upcoming races. He's very useful because he's got very good stats, but most importantly, he is able to do these corner wiggle clips that I just did. Not all characters can do that. And also, most importantly, he is able to jump over water without losing any speed, which you're gonna see very soon here. So that's very handy. In this category, you actually have to play with water. If you've ever seen a Sonic R speedrun before, you've most likely seen the No Out of Bounds category. And in No Out of Bounds, you always play with snowy weather. And that is because you can just run over the water. But in this category, you actually have to play with the water, because on snow, the clips don't work. So we have to find a way around the water, and the best way to do that is using Metal Knuckles here. So this track needs 70 rings. So the fourth coin is over here in this tunnel, needs 20 rings. And the emerald is over in this tunnel here. And the last coin is just over here. Oh, wow, I got hit by a bomb there through the tunnel. That's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah. So that was everything collected in Resort Island. So now again, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did in Reactor Factory. Turn around, go into this corner, and wiggle. So the cool thing about these clips is, basically, they're completely random. So they can take anywhere from like half a second to like all of eternity until you clip out of bounds. So if you want to grind a good time in this category, you usually have to rely on luck to get all the clips very well. Which is why not many people run this. But I think it's pretty fun because I don't know, I like this kind of stuff. Anyways, more circles and cutscene skip, and that was Resort Island. Yeah, oh, the layout does say no out of bounds, yeah, probably, I'm not sure, miscommunication, but it happens. The categories in this game are confusing. I always get people confused between out of bounds and no out of bounds, so no worries. Anyways, Radical City, so next track. On this one, it's pretty easy to collect. Oops, this coin is tricky to get. On this one, it's pretty easy to get all of the stuff that you need within the first 2 laps, so you can just clip out on the 3rd lap. That's something I was gonna do in Reactor Factory. But on Reactor Factory, you very much have to rely on ring RNG a lot in order to do that. So it's not really consistent. But in Reactor Factory, it's very consistent to get all the stuff that you need, all the rings, within the first 2 laps. So what I haven't really talked about so far is the movement. A lot of the movement in this game relies on drifting. Basically, anytime you get into a drift, you get a little of extra speed, so a lot of times you slide along walls like this. And I missed the emerald. Let's try that again. A lot of times you slide along walls like this to gain extra speed. It's a little harder to do on out of bounds since you play without ice and therefore have more traction, but you still do it as much as you can. So here's the last coin. We're gonna immediately turn around and go in this corner and wiggle here. So this is the clip in this run that tends to give me the most trouble when I do PB attempts of this, and I have to do it twice, so that's fun. Not very cooperative right now, I gotta admit. But the AI is set to easy, so we should be fine. So yeah, just go under here, below the start line, and do the last lap. And challenge race. So now we play against Tailstall, so I should not lose this race, hopefully. Luckily, we can just do the same thing again, as I've said. Turn around. Slide along the wall a little bit here. And wiggle in the corner. And clip in the wrong direction, but we can try again from the other side, no big deal. That sometimes happens that you clip in the wrong direction. It once happened to me 6 times in a row, so that's pretty cool. Wasted like a whole minute. And do circles. Metal Knuckles actually does... Metal Knuckles' biggest weakness is actually like the turning radius. It's a pretty big circle for Metal Knuckles. Kinda hard to do these optimally, but you get used to it. Speaking of Metal Knuckles, we're actually gonna not use him anymore now. And now I'm going to switch to Metal Sonic for precisely this reason. You're gonna see why once I make it to the challenge race. But for now, Metal Sonic is actually one of the characters that cannot do the corner clips like Metal Knuckles and Knuckles can. But we don't need that for this track, because there's a different clip here that works differently. But for now, I'm just gonna play this track normally, because there's no opportunity for me here to clip in the first race, because everything I have to collect here is so far spread out that I actually need 3 laps to get everything. The ring requirement here is pretty easy to get there. But yeah, we get to see all different parts of the track pretty much, so that's cool. So coin over here. So in this track, the emeralds are inside some weird pyramids, and they open up if you go through the gates in front of them. You don't actually have to wait for the pyramids to open. The moment you go through the gates, the pyramids lose collision, and you can just jump into them and collect the emerald like that. So on the first one, you didn't even see the emerald. But yeah, that's Regal Ruin already. Good, nice zip around here. These zips, by the way, are dependent on the amount of rings you have. Like, they max out at 50, and the more rings you have, the further they send you. So if you take one, they take your rings. So usually you don't use them much in this category, because you use rings for anything else, but... Okay, so that was the clip for this track. This is the only clip that's not luck dependent. This one is actually consistent, but it is pretty finicky. You just have to jump into this, into a certain spot on this bank turn, and then you go inside this pillar, which is next to the starting line, and do your circles. And this part right here is the reason I switched to Metal Sonic for this track, because if I were to do this with Metal Knuckles, because of his bad turning radius, which gets worsened underwater, you would lose like 10 seconds with Metal Knuckles on this track. But anyways, we got all the Chaos Emeralds, so you know what that means. Exactly, we got Supersonic now. So I'm gonna use him for the last track. You see Eggman isn't unlocked yet, but Eggman gets unlocked once you win Radiant Emerald. So for Radiant Emerald, there's actually not a skip I can do, at least nothing consistent, but there's something that I will try now, and I didn't get it. So basically what you don't know about this game yet is basically any time you touch a wall with a high amount of speed, theoretically any time, it can clip you out of bounds. That sometimes happens randomly when you don't want it to happen, but if it does happen right at this wall at the beginning of the track, you can actually skip more than half the lap, and you save like 20 seconds. But that is extremely rare that this actually happens, and not even the world record has it in it. So yeah, if I got 2 more chances at it, so let's see, maybe we got super lucky, but I doubt it. But this is like the only... Oh, okay, we're just getting it. That's cool. I guess we're getting super lucky. So this is... we just saved 20 seconds over the world record. That's the first time not the first time I'm getting this in a run, but definitely the first time I'm getting this in a marathon. So this is sick. Yeah, that's gonna be a good time then. Wow. I did not expect that. So let's just finish this lap here and we're gonna come up on time. And once I cross the finish line, and that's time. What is that? I see 13:25. That's my best marathon time for this because of the clip that I got. Ah, damn, that's cool. I hope you enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yeah, wow, super nice run, dude. Thank you very much, and congrats. Congrats on getting the clip.
Yeah, this is still 50 seconds off world record because all of the other clips, you know, these are all inconsistent, so and these didn't go super well, but still 13:25 for a marathon is extremely good. But yeah,
thank you very much. I'm glad that people could have got the donation incentive. Clearly,
yeah.
It was worth it with the clip and supersonic racing.
Yeah, like, I generally think like 100%, no matter if it's out of bounds or no out of bounds, it's just much more fun to show off at a marathon because it's any percent is over so quickly. It has so little tracks and then you just beat them as quickly as possible. So that's it's just such a short run and it barely has like any time to leave an impression, I feel like. So I'm always glad when I can do 100%. But yeah, thank you all for watching and good luck to all the other runners.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Nim. We'll take a short intermission right now to set up the next game, and we're going to be back soon with Super Mario Odyssey by Goom Eevee. So don't go anywhere, guys.